Hey everyone, my name is PJ Medin. I play guitar in the band Breakthrough, and today I am taking a look at the KMF-1 multi-effects board by Flatsons. If you didn't see my previous Flatsons video and you don't know who Flatsons is, they are a sub-brand of the more well-known music gear company NuX. Today, as I mentioned, I'm taking a look at Flatsons multi-effects board known as the KMF-1. This one features two stomp box buttons as well as an expression pedal. The expression pedal can be used as a volume pedal, a wah. You can also use it to control the level of different effects within the board. As for specifications, the KMF-1 is advertised as using advanced DSP and TSAC technology to deliver high quality sound. We'll check out the quality of the sound here in a moment. This also features 77 effects, 50 presets, 5 effect blocks, 42 drum rhythms, a 30-second looper, and an audio input. So you can say run your device into it and jam along to different tracks. The display here is supposed to be a 128 by 32 HD color display, and this supports 6 AA batteries. Why would you use batteries with the technology that we have in 2025? Well, if what you're using is rechargeable, then when it dies, you have to wait until it's charged again before you can use it again, as opposed to a unit that uses batteries where if it dies, you can simply switch out the batteries. By the way, if you're looking for rechargeable batteries, I did a video for pale blue rechargeable batteries. I'll link out to that at the end of this video. Go ahead and check that out. They're pretty awesome. This again has a looper in it. I'm not actually going to record something in today's video. I'm just going to show you how to use the looper. I think today's video is going to be long enough as it is, and we all pretty much know how a looper works. The plan for today's video is that I'm going to jump over to the unboxing, and then I'm going to go over to the demonstration part of the video. Then I'll let you know what I think. So, first thing, we have the manual. All right, I like the way that this is packaged. That's fancy. Got a power supply here, and it looks like a US power input thing. Let's take a look at that first. Okay, let's see. So then this is going to slide in there. And there we go. There's the power supply. Now, let's take a look at the pedal. There it is. The very first thing that I notice here is that it looks like the screen thing is already peeling off, so I'm just going to take that off. It also feels like it's pretty lightweight. Regarding the pedal, there is resistance there, but it does feel like it moves freely. I mean, shaking it, obviously it's not moving on its own, so it's not gonna like fall on you. But yeah, there's some resistance. It just doesn't feel like a heavy duty thing. Surprise, surprise for the price point. There we go. There's the pedal. I got the power supply plugged in so we can check out the power up process. I want to take a quick look at the back of the pedal though. So first we have, what's that? All right, well, caught that on video. There's a little rubber pad back here, and I imagine it's meant to stop the expression pedal. I accidentally bumped it with my finger here, and then it popped right out. But it feels like it's sticky, so I should be able to just stick it back in there. There must have been some kind of adhesive holding it in. Anyway, back at the pedal. So we have an aux in, probably for running music, guitar input, and then an output for guitar or headphones, USB jack, I'm not sure what that's about just yet, and then our power input. So there isn't like a power button that I've been able to find. I'm assuming that this is just going to power on when we plug it in. Let's do that now. There we go. You change the settings using these two buttons here. Wonder what's with that. So When I went down, it brought us right to 59. When I went up, it started at 10. Okay, and then you do have to push this every time you want to change it. You can't like hold it in and then it scrolls through the different things. All right, good to know. Yeah, there's not like a 1 through 9. We just start at 10. Interesting. On the screen, we have the title of the setting that we're using. We have the number. Then it looks like what the expression pedal is set to. So for instance, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna hold it up for you. It looks like the expression pedal is set to be a volume and it's before everything right now. Pre just means it's before all of your effects and the amp. All right, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time diving into the pedal. I'm gonna get to know it better and then I'll show you how it works. Let's start by taking a look at some of the additional features that you would likely use on the KMF-1 aside from the preamps, cabs, and effects. Start with the looper. You'll access the looper by clicking looper. Surprise, surprise. If you want to start the looper recording, you will hit the left stop box button. That will record. If you want to play it back, hit it again. If you want to overdub, hit it again. If you want to pause it, hit the right stop box button, and then we are going to hit it again to clear what was just recorded. To exit the looper, we'll simply hit looper again. Now we're going to take a look at using the tuner. So to access the tuner, you just hit these two pedals. That takes you into tuner mode. As you can see, you have arrows that pop up on the screen to tell you whether or not you're flat and sharp, plus then you have the lights down below to let you know where you're at. Now to exit the tuner, you simply hit these again. Now let's take a look at some of the expression pedal settings. In order to access the expression pedal settings, we will click setting. Let's start by choosing what the expression pedal does. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options on the screen and 5 lit up buttons down here. That's because these buttons work with these settings here. We're gonna start with expression. We're gonna hit 1. On this menu here, you will see 4 options and then 4 dials. These dials affect those options. We're going to choose whether or not our effect pedal is pre-effects or post. You have 2 options here. You can choose pre or post. I'm going to leave it on pre. For what the actual expression is, you can set it to be wah, which is my preference, or you can set it to be drive, amp, modulation, delay, reverb. I am going to leave it on wah, and then I'm going to exit this by hitting setting again. Now, let's calibrate the expression pedal. That's something you have to do in order for the KMF-1 to know how to read the pedal when you're using it. So since that is the 5th option, we're gonna choose 5. We're gonna hit it again. Then you can follow the instructions on the screen, but I'm just gonna walk you through it anyway. We're gonna start by taking this and pushing it down, and then hitting F5, which is what they call this right stop box button. Now we're gonna push this all the way up, hit F5 again. And now you need to apply pressure for this to know how to read when you're ready to switch to your expression option, in my case, wah. When that's done, you simply hit knob 4 to save. That is saved and it's done. If you wanna exit the settings, you'll simply hit setting. Now we're going to set the order of your effects, preamp, and cab. That just means how are they lined up sequentially? What is your signal path? In order to enter into that menu, we will hit memory/stomp/edit. Right here, you can see the current default order. We have drive, amp, cab, delay, and modulation. In order to set the order, what we're going to do is we're going to click 4. That changes this over from model to order. Then you can move the 4th dial around in order to set where that particular effect is in your signal chain. When you're done, simply hit 4 again. If you want to move over to select something else, use the right stop box. Then again, you can select and move it around. I like my stuff to read as if it's in an effects loop. So I'm going to leave my drive before my amp. Then I'm going to take my cab and move it to after my wet effects. Now let's take a look at the different options that you have available. So right now I'm on my drive pedal. If I want to scroll through the different options, I simply turn the 4th dial here. Let's build a custom patch. In order to access the pedal, amp, cab menu, select memory stomp edit again. Just for now, I'm gonna turn off the noise gate, the wet effects. Amp is already selected, so I'm gonna hit memory stomp edit again. That'll take us into the menu where we have the different amp types. This is a Fender Twin Reverb. gonna try for something a little bit heavier than that. So I'm going to scroll through the different amp options by using this pedal here. By the way, you can use this one to go back. There's supposed to be a Bogner option in here. I'm curious about that, so we will check that one out first. There we go, Bogner Uber. Feels properly heavy. I'm actually going to stick with that one. So now we're going to take a look at the cab. By the way, we still have our 5 icons down here for our pedals and our amp and our cab. Cab is still 5, so I'm just going to select 5. That'll take us directly into this menu where you can select the cab type. Okay. All right, looks like we're as far right. Okay, looks like we're as far right as we can go. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a Bogner option in here, so I'm gonna see if I can find that. Perfect. My word, feedback right out of the gate. So let's edit the noise gate real quick. Okay, noise gate, turn that on. I'm gonna dial up the sensitivity to, I don't know, maybe say 45. And I'm gonna turn the decay way down. A little bit of squeakiness, so we're gonna turn the sensitivity up. Let's go to 50. Feels like we're missing some presence. I'm gonna start by checking out the different mic types, see if that makes a difference. Okay, I like that one the best. Now let's try the different positions. So right now it's on middle. That's pretty good. Just want to show you the edge option here. I'm gonna mess around with the high cut real quick. So when you turn it down, that cuts out highs. Let's check out the low cut. Cool. I wonder if we would have that same like nothing to something going on if we got rid of the noise gate. Yeah, you kind of got that little space in there where it's like you go from nothing to something. It's the only way I can think to put it. It doesn't feel like it's completely gradual. There's definitely a jump there in the volume. Let's name our custom patch. So in order to get to that menu, we're going to click setting again. And then we're going to click on 2 for patch. And this is where you can decide what it's called. So I'm just going to call this one, let's see, my patch, because I'm feeling super creative. setting. Let's save it. Hit these two together to save. And there it is. I also want to point out that the fourth dial also functions as the master volume for the KMF-1. The expression pedal will work for volume, but it will never push the unit higher than the max set on the master volume. Because this thing offers so many different patches, you don't want to have to use these to go back and forth between them all. Instead, you can use the bank buttons. You got 1 through 19, 20 through 29, 30 through 39, 40 through 49, and 50 through 59. Finally, let's play through some of these patches. We have our patch that we created, creatively named My Patch. Let's take a look at the drum and click track options. So in order to access those, we click drum. This takes us right away to the click. In order to play the click, you'll hit this button. To stop it, you'll hit this button. You do have several different options. So we'll use this second dial. It's going to change the type of click. Then we have several different drum options as well. Mostly just genre differences. Should be something in there for everyone. Here are my thoughts on the KMF-1. I'm going to start with the problems. First issue is that you cannot smoothly roll the volume in. You have to push the expression pedal down for a bit and then you get volume. Didn't love that. As you noticed when I was first checking it out, part of it popped off. Didn't love that either. As for the pros, again, this thing does a lot for the price range. It has a lot of effects options that you can customize. It has preamps and cab sims that you can mix and match, and you can use different mic simulations as well as simulate the mic placement. I think that's really cool. I can imagine using this for practice and I can imagine using it live. I would just have to be real strategic with the placement of my patches because I'm used to having 3 channels: clean, dirty, rhythm, lead. If I wanted to go from clean to lead to clean, I'd still have to hit a stomp box real quick twice in order to switch over that middle channel. Oh, and then the USB jack in the back, by the way, that is used to update the firmware of the pedal. So you can update the firmware if you're running into bugs with the software for some reason. I'll link out to that download in the video description. If you're interested in getting a KMF-1 for yourself, check out my video description. I'm going to throw some links down there. And as always, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Medins Make Music for more. Thank you.